This is a 35mm film, which, despite the fact that it is pretty unknown, solves the problem for me. On my way, trying a bunch of different films to get an idea which films are out there, I stumbled over the CineStill Films, a company which puts Kodak Within 3 film, a motion picture film, in this 35mm form, making it possible for photographers to take photos with a film used for Hollywood productions. I was completely mesmerized by the image it produced, but there was a problem. There were actually two problems I had with the CineStill films. The first one is the developing process. All CineStill films can be developed with the normal standard C41 process. This is actually nice because you can send your film rolls to any lab, basically any lab, because all labs are supporting this C41 processing method. But the base of the CineStill films and the Silbersalz films is the Kodak Vision 3 film. And this film, used in Hollywood productions, is normally developed with a different processing method. This developing method is called ECN2. And all Silbersalz films are only possible to develop with this ECN2 method. But why is Silbersalz using this different developing method instead of the standard or normal C41 method? I said that both the CineStill films and the Silbersalz films are based on the Kodak Vision 3 film. And this film is originally developed with this ECN2 method. So Silbersalz is basically trying to achieve or to reproduce the normal or the original look of the Kodak Vision 3 film. They are, for example, also not removing the ramjet layer, which CineStill does. And don't get me wrong, the CineStill films are great and the photos which the CineStill films produce are completely amazing. I just want to find out if Silbersalz is producing here more cinema-like or better images out of the standpoint that we want to achieve cinema-like photos. The second problem I had with the CineStill films are the options. I was planning a photo shoot, and after creating the mood board, I knew a tungsten balance film with a cinematic look would be perfect for the shoot. At this moment, no CineStill film really suited my needs. We have only the 50D, the 400D and the 800T. Due to strong sunlight, only the 50D would be possible to shoot, but it's not tungsten balanced. And then I found the Silbersalz films, which seem to solve my problem here. Silbersalz sells 4 options of their films: a 50D, a 250D, a 200T and a 500T. I shot all Silbersalz rolls for this test yesterday, and now I want to send them to the Silbersalz lab. On the Silbersalz website we are seeing that we need to send the films to this address written down here. It is in Berlin. Especially for the people living outside of Germany, it is important to secure the film on the way to the lab. So I have this old packaging and I thought it would be perfect to put the films in here and then send the whole small box to the lab. I'm putting all 3 films into this small forms. And the reason why I'm speaking here about the packaging and all this stuff is because this is making the difference here between the CineStill films, for example, and the Silbersalz films. For the Silbersalz films, it's just more effort and more work you need to put into this whole process of shooting Silbersalz films. And I want to find out if this pays off. So I will put them just into here. I think then it's fine. When sending your films, make sure that you include the following information: your full name, your email address. So this is then the last thing for the box. I really hope that the results will be good. 12 days later and I got the email from Silbersalz that my films are happily developed and scanned. This is how the mail looks like, and we can click here on high quality 4K gallery and full quality 14K images. So let's click to 4K gallery together. I think it's very cool that we see all pictures here on one page. I think this is very cool. This photo is actually took on the 250D, but it looks more like a tungsten film. This is very interesting. The second button here on the mail is the button for the full quality 14K scans. You need to pay a little bit more to have these scans. So all in all, I personally like the colors and the overall look of the Silbersalz films. They are cheaper than the CineStill films, which I hadn't expected in the first place. The rolls are cheaper and the lab service is not only better compared to my local lab, it's also cheaper. You have to pay for 4 films from Silbersalz and the additional lab service 95 euros. And for 4 films from CineStill and the lab service 126 euros. Take a screenshot if you want to see my whole calculation. One small note, I recommend sending at least 3 films to the Silbersalz lab, because if you send more films, the developing and scanning process will be much cheaper. Speaking about the scans, the 4K scans are amazing and definitely better than the scans I'm getting from my local lab, and the 14K scans are overkill for 99% of the work I do. The only negative point for me is that I need to wait roughly 2 weeks to get the scans back. Here my local lab is definitely faster. Nevertheless, I definitely can recommend the Silbersalz films to basically everybody. As I said, they are cheaper and the colors are a bit more balanced compared to the CineStill films, in my opinion. So a bit more cinema-like, but that's only my opinion. What do you think about the Silbersalz films and the images I took? Please leave a like and a comment if this video was helpful for you. See you in the next one.